Welcome back to another Luxury Fridays. I'm your host, Michael LaFido. Really excited about today's show. We have a special guest that I met a few weeks back in Las Vegas. But before I bring him on, just a quick reminder, you're in the right place. If you're a team leader, you're a broker owner, you're an individual agent, and you're looking to increase your average sale price, work in those upper price points. And we bring on guests from time to time. And if you think you'd be a great guest, by all means, reach out to us. We're excited. We're going to be doing some traveling the next couple weeks, actually going to Miami. I'm going to Miami on Sunday night and going to be speaking at the International Congress event at the Miami Association of Realtors, which is the largest association in the U.S. and second largest in the world to Toronto's. They're hosting an event with a lot of dignitaries, 20 plus countries will be there, and I'm presenting on Monday. And then we're doing our 3-hour CE course Wednesday at the Miami headquarters. We're going to be staying at the Biltmore Hotel, which is a historical hotel. We're excited about that. And then next Friday, we won't have Luxury Fridays because I'm going to be at the National Association of Realtors Conference in Orlando. So NAR is in Orlando. So we're going to be taking a Luxury Fridays off next week. And then, of course, in 10 days and 23 hours, I'm going to be teaching our in-person luxury designation training in Houston, which happens to be the second largest association in the U.S., the Houston Association of Realtors. And again, you guys can find out more information on that. Even if you're not going to come to Houston, but you're interested in all the bonus items, we have over literally $2,400 in bonus items. You should check it out. Go to luxurydesignation.com, Luxury Designation, for more information there. We're excited about that. And literally, we have people coming in all across from different markets for that. This is what the website looks like when you go to luxurydesignation.com. It's 10 days and 23 hours and 56 minutes away. Again, if you can't attend Houston, you should still sign up. You'll get access to our membership website for 1 full year, along with over $2,400 in bonus items. Literally go to luxurydesignation.com. All right. So I'm going to bring on my guest. Again, if you're watching this live, great. Type in comments into or questions into the comments section for my guest, Seyoue, which I'm going to be bringing on here in a minute. But just a reminder, if you're watching a replay and you're getting value from these, leave us a comment, leave us a like. We could use more reviews if we're bringing value to you. Our guests are not paid and compensated, nor am I. We're doing this to raise the bar for the industry. So I appreciate their time. I appreciate your time watching. And please, if you're getting value, the best thank you I can have is leave us a comment, leave us a like, share our Luxury Fridays with your colleagues. This is brand agnostic. I bring on agents from all brokerages locally out of the area. I'm based in the Chicagoland market, but our consulting company is a global company. With that being said, I am bringing on our first guest. I'm going to introduce Seyoue Sims. Seyoue, how are you today?
Good. How are you?
Good. Looking like a Luxury Fridays, looking like $1 million. I appreciate you coming on here today. You and I met about a month ago now. It was in Vegas at a Rise real estate event, and you were a contributor there, and you had told a story about a couple which I want to talk about today. But tell everybody a little bit where you're based, how long you've been licensed, and we'll get right into things.
Great. Yeah, we're based out of the Phoenix metro area. We service the whole area from your Scottsdale to PV to Chandler, East Valley and West Valley. Team of about 20 agents or so that we work with on my team. We're really client-based. I think we treat this as concierge. To us, real estate isn't really sales, even though you have sales. It's about taking care of people, understanding them, being ready when they're ready. I've been an agent for 15 years to this point, full-time. And it's been a great experience. It's something that I've enjoyed, and I enjoy working and partnering with the other agents as well.
And so you've been licensed, you mentioned how many years now?
15 years.
15 years. So we're going to talk a little bit with Seyoue about the Phoenix market, what he's seeing. Is it cooling down? Where the migration, where buyers are coming from? But before we do that, I saw Seyoue share a great story at this conference. And you've heard the old adage, don't judge a book by its cover. And now, of course, for real estate agents, with fair housing, you can't judge a book by its cover, whether it be the way they
Yeah,
dress or skin tone or accent or
sure.
language spoken, what have you. But Seyoue, tell everybody about the story you shared with a buyer, a husband, wife, and I believe his name was Rich, her name was Greedy, and their last name was Millions. So you or your office got a call from Rich and Greedy Millions about possibly seeing a home, and other agents probably chuckled and they didn't want to touch this floor call. Is that correct? Set the stage for everybody.
Yes, that is correct. At this time, I think we were on one of our platforms. We were receiving leads. The lead did come into an agent, and you're right. They laughed and did not want to take the lead. And of course, I said, just send it over to me. I'll give them a call. And so I called. He said, yes, we'll be flying out from out of state, come in to take a look at homes. He flew in. We took a look at homes. They left, said, hey, we're going to sell our house and we'll give you a call in a few months. So right away, I let my office and my agents know, you guys, this is a real person. They responded. They flew out here. Everyone questioned if I had met them, of course. So I get a call a few months later. They sold their home. They flew right out here. They bought cash. We wrote up the contract. I sent it to Title. We're a title state, so I sent it to Title. And Title called me right away and said, hey, is this a joke? I said, no, it is not. And they said, have you met these people? I said, yes, I have. Please open
So even the
escrow.
title company was questioning once it was under contract. They're saying, hey, we're seeing the names of Rich and Greedy Millions. Like, is this legitimate?
Absolutely. They questioned it immediately. And this title company, I worked with them for over 10 years. So they know who I am. They know our business, our volume. They called me immediately and said, hey, I just received this email. Is this real? And we talk about this a lot with our agents, that you don't know who is there. And I think that's some of agents' biggest fear. Luxury market, big market. We'd rather question and be unsure about who might be there versus going with it. And that's how we do a lot of business. So when they came in, we wrote contract, they closed right away. And now here we are 5-6 years later, and we have closed 4 transactions with them so far. Right around 1.9 million in sales with them. And we have another one pending right now. So they've gone on to be what clients should be, if we take care of them the right way. And that's a lot of referrals.
And so every Luxury Friday, we try to cover various topics. Sometimes it's just AMA, ask Mike anything, ask me anything. Other times we bring on various guests. As you know, if you're watching this for the first time, you wouldn't know that. But we have on right now Seyoue Sims. He's out of the Phoenix market. And Seyoue just shared an amazing story, how he got a floor call, his office did, from literally the buyers' names were Rich and Greedy Millions. And the reality was that people thought it was some kind of joke and they were unqualified based on their name. Even the title company, once Seyoue got it under contract, called him, even though he'd been working with them for some time, and questioned the name. So again, this is judging a buyer by their name, but sometimes we shouldn't judge a book by its cover. We've learned that from an early age at elementary school, but human beings do, right? And so it's not right, and you can't do it as a code of ethics. You have to treat all parties equally, all buyers agents equally, all listing agents equally. This is a good reminder for not just Seyou's team, but also your team that's watching or listening to this, as well as all of our listeners out there. I've had sellers have prejudged buyers based on, when I represent a seller, they look at the security camera. Oh, they're not qualified. So how do you know that? And so a couple of questions I want to ask you about the Phoenix market specifically. Every market is different. like
Sure.
downtown Chicago, there's no lock boxes on average price condos or average price single family. Listing agent needs to accompany, but the showing. But in the suburbs here in the Chicagoland market, I'd say about 1.5 million and above. You start seeing no lock boxes, maybe 1, 2 in some markets, maybe 2 in others, but you see no lock boxes, and listing agent or a team on someone on their team needs to accompany. In the Phoenix market, again, not holding you to it, but at what
Sure.
price point are you seeing that, what, there's really no lockbox and the listing agent or representative is there to meet the buyer and their agent? What price point, out of curious, in your market?
I would say you're in that 2 million range is where you start to see that.
Okay.
And going up, where you're requesting, proof of funds, things like this prior to showing. That's kind of the breaking point here.
And I know you work with a lot of buyers. I work with a lot of sellers. Share with me if you got a call from me and I want to see a $2 million property, a 2.8, a property that the listing agent will require proof of funds. How does that conversation go if we were to role play?
Yes, I think it's about being transparent. I think agents right away, they will get scared or run away from the conversation, but just being transparent in the communication that, hey, this is what this particular seller is requiring to view. So we will need these items to get access to the property. We always talk about getting the information, bringing it back to your client versus making up what you want it to be or what you think it should be.
Yeah.
Just being honest, just go get the information, bring it back. That way it's always the truth and it's always clear of the expectation.
Yeah, that's a great point. Be transparent, communicate effectively. At what price point in your market? I know it probably varies listing to listing, but what price point do you see proof of funds are required? Is it probably that $2 million same price point where the lock boxes disappear?
Yeah, I think sometimes you can go a little higher, maybe in the 3 and up here, depending on the area. If you're Paradise Valley, sure, that may not be required until you're a lot higher. Versus maybe your suburbs, Goodyear, you can go to possibly 2 million and not be requested that. It just depends on the area. But Scottsdale, PV, yes, more common.
Good. By the way, for those of you that are watching, I do have another guest on that will be coming on here in a few minutes. Salvador out of Florida. He's got a really cool listing. It's got a basketball court. It's a stale listing. And Salvador, make sure I know you're in the waiting room. Make sure you type in the website where we can view that as well in the comments section. And I'll make sure to bring that on stage when I bring you on. So, Seyoue, tell me a little bit about the market in Phoenix overall. Is it a buyer's market? Is it a balanced market? Is it a seller's market? And what was it just a few months ago? Are we trending, slowing down? Tell me a little bit about what you're seeing in that Phoenix market.
Sure. We've changed a lot to more of a necessity buyer at the majority of the price ranges. You go back to February of this year, I believe we had 2,900 homes available, listings, which I had never seen before in my 15 years. Fast forward to
now, is
right
that on
now,
the high end, way too many, or not enough?
Extremely low, extremely
Okay,
low. I don't
2,900 is
think,
low. Okay.
yes, I had not seen under maybe 8,000 since I had been an agent.
Wow. Wow.
So that was scarcity at that time. Now, once interest rates started to rise, it brought a lot more volume. We're just breaking over 20,000 now. So
Wait, so you went from February, call it 9 months ago. Let's keep it real simple. 3,000 listings in your
yeah,
MLS to 20,000 right now.
that's correct.
And where were you pre-pandemic? What was the average? Where were you on normal? 10,000?
I would say we're 8 to 10 is
So
what was
you're
considered.
double the inventory right now.
Yes.
Okay, so the buyers are necessity buyers. In other words, they have to move because it sounds like it's a buyer's market, is what you're telling me. And a buyer's market, buyers can dictate not necessarily terms, but many times terms or closing cost. And and they're in the driver's seat a little bit more, correct?
Yes, that is correct. I mean, I won't say any names, but you have a lot of your hedge fund and iBuyers who, once we started to get some inventory, they cut prices by as much as 50, 100,000 on all of their listings.
Wow.
So then it was kind of a race to undercut the other sellers to see who could sell first.
Wow. Uh, I have an image on the screen right now. It's a little bit of real estate humor. I got a lot of comments on it yesterday, so I'm going to share it on the screen. Uh, it was a little bit of a meme slash humor, but paying 7% at $30,000 under list is better for a buyer than paying 100,000 over asking at 2.99%. Let that sink in with Elon Musk there. And I got a lot of people commenting on that. And the
Sure.
point I was trying to make is in February, let's just say Phoenix right now. In Phoenix, there were
Yes.
3,000 homes on the market. And you were sharing with me about the average is around 550-ish or 600. Is that correct?
Sure, absolutely.
Okay, so let's just say 550. So in February, you know, when there was only 2,900 homes on the market and rates were really good, that $550,000 buyer, they could have paid 600 or 650 easily. Is that correct, CQ?
That is correct.
So let's just say they
Gladly.
paid 650 and they put
Mm-hmm.
20% down. 20% down on 650 is 130 grand and they paid 650. Now today, let's say that person bought that versus somebody buying the one next door today. Someone buying the one next door today, when there's 20,000 homes on the market, they might be that $550,000 home might sell for 500. Is that fair to say,
That's
CQ?
correct.
So
Yes.
now they got $150,000 more equity. They're putting down 100 grand versus 130, so $30,000 less. Okay, they out of pocket. They got 150 grand more equity if they go to sell in 3 to 5 to 7 years. Now their interest rate might be 7% versus 2.99, so their monthly payment might be, even if it's $1,000 more a month. Remember, they saved $30,000 in down payment. So it would take them 30 months, or i.e., 2.5 years exactly, before that house would cost them more per month out of pocket. And oh, by the way, they got 150 grand more in equity today than buying it before. So again, for those people that commented on my comments saying the numbers don't make sense, Mike, you were looking at just apples versus apples on a monthly payment. You weren't looking at the fact that this buyer saved 30 grand out of pocket up front, and it's going to take them 2.5 years before it starts costing them more per month. And that didn't even factor all the equity. So that's just a good, simple reminder for those of you that only look at numbers or percentages or monthly payment, but there's a whole lot of other factors that come into play. Would you like to add to that at all, CQ?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I think credit unions in a big way have come in and saved the day here. We got a quote yesterday on a property right around 800. I think the down payment was 100,000 down, and they were. I think the rate they originally had received was right around 8%.
Okay.
They went to the credit union instead. The credit union was offering a different product, a portfolio product,
Okay.
which had them coming in with, I think, 3% down and a interest rate of 5.6.
So creativity is important today, and credit
Yes,
unions, boutique banks, a lot of times have flexibility where your Chases and your big banks don't. Check with a lender or real estate broker on that. So some really good points. I appreciate you sharing those with me. Anything else that you'd like to add about the Phoenix market, or don't judge a book by its cover, or in this case, don't judge the buyers, rich and greedy millions, by their first and last name?
yes. I mean, we talk a lot about understanding who's in front of you, taking care of people, understanding what's important to them, giving them a benefit of the doubt, regardless of price range, because it's true, you don't know. We talk about accepting every price range in leads. I had one of our new agents received a lead that was supposedly 250,000, but when she got on the phone, the gentleman said, "Hey, I also need a tennis court." That's a must-have. And she said, okay, do you have a budget? He said no. And she ended up showing the first house at 5.9 million.
Wow.
So we talk about this over and over because it's so important to respect people, who they are, and be open. Just go with it, and you'll benefit from taking care of people.
That's a great point. By the way, you scream luxury agent, the way you hold yourself, you carry yourself, you speak, you dress. I appreciate your time, and maybe we can come out there and do a luxury training out by you.
Absolutely. I appreciate it. Thank you again for having me.
Yeah, and so I'm putting on the screen right now. It's Seyoue's first name. You pronounce it like Seyoue, but it's spelled like you see on the screen, Seyoue, and that's his website. If you want to know about the Phoenix market or you got a referral, look up my friend Seyoue, Seyoue Sims. I appreciate your time today.
No problem. Thank you again, Michael.
I appreciate it. Make it a great day.
All right, you too. Take care.
Thank you. All right, bye-bye. All right, Seyoue Sims, out of the Phoenix market. Appreciate your time. And before I bring on Salvador, Salvador, go ahead when you get a chance. Type in the comment section or drop in a link for the property. So my next guest attended my luxury designation training previously. He's got a really cool listing, and they're not getting the offers or offer, and they're not getting the activity they want. And he's out of South Florida. I want to share the screen. This is the event that I'm speaking at, by the way, on Monday and Tuesday. If you're in South Florida or if you're in Florida, I recommend you consider going down. I get in Sunday night, but I'm speaking on Monday the 7th. It's at the Biltmore Hotel. You can go to miamicongress.com. This is an international conference. I was fortunate to speak at it. Before the pandemic was the last time they had it in November of 2019. And I mean, I'm up there with the chief economist, Lawrence Yun, and Francis Suarez, the mayor of Miami. And I'm pretty fortunate to be in great company, and Teresa Kenny and their team are doing some amazing things. And I'm really excited and honored to be part of that. So that's going to be on Monday and Tuesday. And those of you that are in South Miami, I am doing my 3-hour training on Wednesday at the Miami Association of Realtors headquarters. Really looking forward to that as well. You can go to luxury101ce.com, luxury101ce.com. It's a 3-hour CE class for Florida agents. And literally, I threw it up on the screen right now, luxury101ce.com. Okay, that is on Wednesday of next week. Mark, always a pleasure. Mark Benson out of Naples. Mark, the Naples Association of Realtors contacted me recently about coming down there, perhaps teaching my class. So if you have any contacts down there, Mark, appreciate you reaching out, letting me know, and maybe shoot me a note if you do, and we can figure out how we can come down there. That would be perfect. All right. So I have Salvador, and I can see him on. He's ready to come on, and I'm going to bring him on. And Salvador, good to see you.
Good to see you, Mike. Nice to see you again.
Yes, great to see you again. And do me a favor, drop in the link when you get a chance in the comment section. So you should see, are you watching this from the StreamYard? If you just go off to the right, you can type in the comment section, just like you did when you send me a private comment saying you're ready to get in. Just drop in a website, a URL to this stale listing that you have. I want to pull it up on my screen. And while you're doing that, I want to set the stage for Salvador. For those of you that are watching on this live or via a replay, I'm going to be doing what I call a fresh eyes analysis, a SWOT analysis. A SWOT stands for strengths, weakness, opportunities, and threats. So I'm going to be pulling up this property right now here. I'm going to be pulling it up. It's a gorgeous property. You're going to see this come across right now. It's listed for $1.9 million in Miami.
Yes.
And I'm going to pull this on the screen right now, Salvador. Tell us a little bit about how long this gorgeous property that I have on the screen right now, how long has this property been on the market for?
Well, I got the listing 3 months ago, but the property was with a tenant. The tenant moved out from the property 2 weeks ago. That's from that time I could uh, took the picture from the property and the videos. And actually, my marketing began 2 weeks ago because of the tenant. Uh, didn't allow me to get into the property. But now we have these amazing photos. We have taken videos from the property. Um, I mean, it's a beautiful property for a basket and pickleball fan. And
Basketball fans and pickleball, which pickleball is
yeah,
one of the fastest emerging sports for people 40 and older and older.
correct.
So how many days on the market officially has it been, and how many days on the market has it been since you've been allowed showings?
Well, officially in the market, on the market, as being, wait a minute, I'm going to
Yeah,
my
go ahead.
MLS.
Yeah, go ahead. Go to your MLS.
Yeah, I'm on my MLS now, and it's 114 days.
So 114 days officially on
Yeah,
the market. So we're coming
yeah,
on to almost 4 months. But
yeah, yeah.
and how many inquiries or how many showing requests did you have during the time that you couldn't show it?
Well, I had more than four, but I couldn't show the property a while to these agents. So at this time, from 2 weeks ago, we hadn't had any increase now. So I'm what I what I'm doing now is I set up ads online on Facebook, on Instagram,
Ads
and
on Facebook, Instagram. Okay.
yes, I set out email marketing to my investors from I'm from Venezuela. I work with a lot of investors and people from Venezuela and Colombia, Argentina, Ecuador, some investors in Abu Dhabi, Spain.
Right.
So yeah, I'm trying to expose the property to the most people that I would uh, that I
Yeah,
would
yeah, the
get to
most
the property.
people possible.
Yeah.
Very good. So thank you
So
for sharing a little insight. So those of you that are watching or watching a replay, uh,
yeah,
Salvador, you attended my training my designation training that the Miami Association of Realtors hosted
correct.
in
Yeah,
April of 2024,
yes,
correct?
a few months ago.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So you attended that, and so you have this $1.9 million property, and I'm going to share some pictures right now for everybody. By the way, was 1.9 million your suggested go to market price or theirs?
I'm sorry. Repeat that.
1.9 million, was that your suggested list price, asking price, or the seller's requested 1.9?
No, where the seller is an agent as well. So we both agreed to put that asking price because of a lot. The lot of the property is offer a great possibility for the buyer. It's almost half
Half
acre.
acre.
The property. Yeah,
Yeah.
is
Very
huge.
big. It's a very big piece of property for that market.
Correct, correct. And you have a new house, almost a new house. This property was built 4 years ago, so you can get the best of the property in the area. This area is in the West Miami, near to Doral and Sweetwater. You are pretty close to the Turnpike and the Dolphin Expressway, and it's 5 minutes away driving to one of the most in demand private school in the area. The Belen Jesuit is a private school. A lot of people take their child to this school. It's in a very nice and
Very nice.
safe
Okay.
area, the house.
Okay. So let me ask you some questions. The photo I'm looking at right now, uh, this is the lot right here. Right. This is
Correct.
all part of that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And this is turf. This is not grass.
It's turf.
So fake grass.
Yeah.
So no maintenance. They don't have to worry about it.
No, correct.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
okay. So a couple. So this is great. Thank you for that. So so what I'm looking at when we market a home, we teach agents and brokers, and I consult with, you know,
Yeah.
the biggest companies in the world. You have to look at your buyer as being short attention span, ADD. You got to grab their attention. So you got to lead. You have 36 photos here. You got to lead with some of the best photos because it's not guaranteed that they'll look at pictures 3, 4, and 5 if they don't like 1, 2, right? So
Correct.
your top 5, 7 photos got to tell the story, and then you mix kind of everything else in. But they don't teach this in real estate school. They don't tell agents how to market homes. They don't tell agents what to emphasize, what to
Okay.
downplay. And so
Okay.
what I hear you saying is this is a huge asset. This is very rare. A huge side yard, B, a sport court, and C, a artificial turf field. I mean, you could have football practices here, soccer games here,
Yeah.
year round. It's raining, doesn't matter. Doesn't This is a huge asset. Okay,
Correct.
so
Correct.
with your photos and video, you need to leverage this. And okay, part of the way you leverage it, okay, part of the way you leverage it.
I'm sorry, Mike. And also the owner called me yesterday, and he's able to do an owner financing for the asking full price. If you offer a full price, he's willing to do an owner financing up to $1 million. And the best of the deal, I mean, it's still the deal, is at 5.5%. I mean, today's rate is over 7%,
So
right?
he'll buy down the rate.
Exactly, and exactly. He's pretty aggressive to he wants to sell the property.
Okay, that's good to know. So I'm looking for something real quick that I want to find for you. Let me see here, 51. So one of the things, here we go. This is what I'm thinking. Let me see if this is it.
Okay.
Let me see. Nope, this isn't it. So let me pull something up real quick if I can for you, because I think there's some options here that maybe you haven't thought of. And so part of today's exercise, and I appreciate your willingness to come on here and let me share with you some thoughts on this property, because that's really the key. Is we're trying to help you. Okay, we're trying to help you so that this property can get sold, and we're going to share the best light possible. So your
Okay.
home reminds me of a house that I marketed before. And so I'm going to share with you 1 second. Give me one split second.
Okay. Okay. Actually, Mike, well, no, I know you are hearing me. One of the idea that I have now to improve the marketing of a house is to, I remember you when I did the designation, is to do a professional video with a basket team. I mean, playing basketball into the court.
This one that I brought. Yes.
Yeah, and also maybe with a barbecue, because the owner actually he had a sport fan, and he did barbecues and a lot of friend and family meetings, and that's family guy with a sport fans. And my avatar from my buyer that I'm looking here is a retired NBA or a retired college professional player that now he's looking to raise his family in the nicest area in Miami, and he's looking for a house like this, where you can show your kids how to play basketball from kids, and do a lot of barbecues and parties at home with friends and family. That's my avatar for my buyer.
I think that's a great avatar for your buyer. So like literally, we've created these before and afters. These are different case studies before and after, because human beings are visual by nature, right?
I remember that.
So this was a property that we did a before and after on. And so this reminds me, this is the before picture right here.
Beautiful.
Part.
Beautiful.
And then you see what there's me and my kids in here. Okay.
Yeah.
And I put this in the multiple listing service because I wanted to bring this sport court to life. And so where I'm going with you is you have this amazing property right here, and we need that sport court to come to life in the MLS photos, but also in the video.
A video.
Can you imagine if you had a barbecue, an event with your friends, and they invited their kids, and they naturally just played a soccer game? You set up a soccer goals here, and you have people shooting hoop while people are doing soccer, and the drone flies over.
Correct.
You take some photos straight down, looking at the top of the side yard with entertainment. You get a picture of that. You got people jumping in the pool. This house now comes to life. And so this picture right here, 27 of 36, needs to be earlier. Okay. This needs to be earlier. You got a lot of bathrooms and a lot of empty rooms in the photos, but I would show these side yards earlier. That might be picture 2 in the multiple listing service as opposed to picture 27. So right now, the main picture in the MLS, is it this one right here?
Yes, correct.
I don't think this does it justice. You've got a beautiful rainbow, but I don't know what I'm looking at, where I think if I were you, I would have the pool, and I would have this picture.
This picture, okay. Okay.
Maybe number 2. I don't even know if this would be number 1, but definitely this should not be number 1 in my professional opinion, because I don't know what I'm looking at. Okay.
Okay.
Like this, I would show this picture 3 or 4, but I would not necessarily show the inside. I would start out with a couple of the drones showing the half acre and the field turf. And because so many people today, they do these box brownie, they do these modifications of photos, I don't even know that field is turf unless we read. So you might have a picture done where you're showing that this picture here, and there's maybe wording on there that says, a half acre. Maybe this is picture 2, and then picture 3 is the same picture with wording saying a half acre of field turf, side yard. Because right now this looks like really green grass, and I cannot appreciate that this is probably $100,000 field turf or $200,000 in field turf.
Yeah. Okay.
And I would ask the owner, how much did it cost to field turf and do the sport court and the pool? That might have been $400,000. You might talk about how just the side yard is over $400,000 originally. And if I were you, I'd probably get a company out to say, hey, if we were to replace this with the same field turf and the same sport court and the same pool, what would it cost today? Everything's more expensive today. This might be $700,000 to replicate this today. Now I got 1.9 million minus 700,000. How much would it be to build this 4,420 square foot home? Just the house. That might be 900,000. So now I got 900,000 plus 700,000. That's 1.6. Plus the lot would be 500,000. Now I'm at 2.1, 2.3 million. And that doesn't even include all the upgrades. So you're trying to create value to a buyer that isn't.
Okay, got it.
Miami market.
Wow. Okay, got it. That's that is a beautiful idea. I haven't thought about it. What else
here?
No, what? Yeah, of course. Yeah. I was thinking about to expose the house to the people. Actually, pretty close to the house is a basketball academy. Pretty close there. How would you, or what would you do to get to talk to these people, to this academy, to expose the house to them, or to the parents that take their kids to the academy? What would you do?
I would invite the academy to have an event at this house that you would cater. Okay, what's in it for them? What's in it for them? What's in it? Win-win. Make it win-win.
Exactly.
So you get your title, you get your lender, you get maybe some people that would help sponsor, that want to get in front of these families financial advisor, whatever it might be, and you put on an event with barbecue and food and maybe some live music. In exchange, you want them to have a pickup game with maybe one of the teams, and they have to agree that you'll videotape it because you're going to leverage it. So you're going to videotape the event, people's laughing,
Okay.
jumping in the pool after basketball. People, the brothers are playing, and the sons or the younger brothers and sisters are playing a soccer game on the side field while there's a game going on. You get video. You let them tour the home. They could use the restroom. It's a win-win.
Okay. Actually, I was thinking about to do an event like this. I mean, on behalf to raising a fund for a foundation, and
Give you a scholarship. Maybe somebody can't afford the basketball academy, and you ask for some donations and some nonprofits, and you have some
correct. Okay.
artwork in the house, and there's some kind of fundraising event in the house to raise money for a foundation or for scholarships. And I think you're right on with the perfect message.
Okay. So I'm on a right way, right?
Yes, you're thinking the
Okay.
right way.
Okay. What else? What else do you think that I should do in order to expose this house
How long does a house in your multiple listing service have to stay off the market before you relist it to show up as a new listing?
Well, actually, it was listed by another agent, and the owner decided to withdraw the listing with him, and he gave me the listing. I mean, the house was had been on the market. Wait a minute, I'm checking it out for with my listing 349 days.
Okay.
Yeah
349 days. Okay.
yeah
But
the issue
where I'm asking you though, like in my multiple listing service here, when we're videotaping this or we're recording this property is on for it's November 4th when we're filming this, and I could cancel this home if it was in my multiple listing service. I could cancel it out at 11:43 a.m. and relist it with the new photos, same price, and it will show up as a new listing for 6 days. The cumulative days on the market will still be there. How long? Some MLSs you got to be off for 90 days, 30 days. My MLS, you don't have to. You can cancel and relist it. Do you know what the answer is for you in your MLS and your real estate board?
Yeah, well, I'm not sure about that. I haven't
so I'd like you to
done
look into
that before, but
I'd like you to look into that, Salvador, because my point is you were on 114 days. 100 of those days you couldn't show it because of a tenant. Okay, so now if you were to cancel and relist it next week and change up the photos so it looks like a new listing, okay, now it's got day one on the market versus 114.
Correct. Okay, got it.
Look into that.
Okay. Yes, I will. I haven't. Okay. It's a good idea to do that. What also? What would you do after that? I mean, the event to summarize. To relist the house, do the maybe do the event and change the photos, right? And add the value to the house with a turf. That's the three main keys that would give a new life to the listing, right?
Yeah. So I would try to bring those pictures to life. And for example, let me share again my screen.
Actually, I have more than 80 pictures.
I know a lot of those photos are. They probably need to be staged. I mean, the home probably needs to be staged on the inside, or at least digitally staged the first floor. Okay. You got a lot of bathrooms and rooms and closets. This picture here is too dark. The hallway's too dark. You might
Okay.
consider, staging. I don't know what I'm looking at here. Is this an office? This is a bedroom, right? So that's like,
That's it. The dining.
but you see what I'm saying? I don't know,
Yeah. Okay.
but if I don't know, a buyer doesn't know. So
Okay.
you should consider staging the photos, okay? Staging the home. The seller should consider staging it. Okay, his next price change is going to be $100,000 or more, and the stage his home would cost $5,000 plus a monthly fee. So he's leaving money on the table by not staging it. So he should consider bringing in furniture, having it staged, and then you should rephoto it after it's staged. The photo quality isn't the best. I hate to tell you that, Salvador, but
Okay.
like it's too dark and the windows and and then you should also consider staging the outside while by having kids right playing and barbecuing and jumping in the pool, not just in the photo, not just in the video, but in the photos. Um, so imagine having a bunch of kids running around playing basketball, close up, a fire, having that would be really powerful.
Okay.
So I would
Okay.
say staging, number one. Number two, um, replacement cost. Talk to an insurance company to replace this house. What's the replacement value of the home if it was knocked down by a hurricane and had to be replaced? Number three, what was the cost? Did it cost him to have the field turf added for the whole side yard? What was the cost for the sport court? What was the cost
Okay.
of the basketball court? So what did he actually pay? And then if he were to put this in today, what would it actually cost? Okay. And then same thing to build this home, what would it actually cost? And now I'm assuming it's going to be well above 1.9 million. And how do you create urgency to a buyer that doesn't know Miami that well? Is you let them know this guy's got 2.7 into it, or to do this today, it would be 3 million. And we're only asking 1.9 million. It creates value
Create value. Okay. That's a key.
and creates
Okay.
urgency. How do you create urgency in a shifting market? How do you create urgency when there's a lot of unknowns going on in the economy? You create value. And I like that fact
What
that you're looking to buy down the interest rate. You're looking to be creative. That's a good thing.
What would you do with owner financing? I mean,
I
it would be
would get
it would
sheets.
be
I would get sheets from your preferred lender on what that looks like. Hey, with today's rate of 7%, here's your payment if you put 20% down. But my seller's willing to buy down your rate for a year or 2 years, whatever, and it's only going to cost you this much. I'm going to save you blank per month based on this. So have a visual.
yeah.
Don't just talk it, but provide a sheet where they can see it in black and white.
Okay. 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 Well, thank you, Mike.
Yeah. You're absolutely right. These are all good things. This is what we're doing, what's called our fresh eyes analysis. Salvador's got a stale listing here. And for those of you that are watching this live or watching a replay, if you too have a stale luxury listing, feel free to submit it. We'll do something similar. Salvador reached out to me earlier this week, and I said, hey, I think this could be a teachable moment for our audience. And so are you willing to come on my Friday live stream? If so, great.
Correct.
And thank you for your time, Salvador. And
No, thanks to
the
you,
rest of
Mike.
you.
Thank you.
I'm not just talking to Salvador. I hope this was beneficial to the rest of you. Okay. So Salvador, thank you for your time. I'm gonna put the
Have a great day. See you on the Congress in the Congress
yes, I will
next
see
week.
you Monday and Tuesday at the Congress. And your website's right up here, salvadorpepe.com. And appreciate this. That's how they can get a hold of you, correct?
Yes.
Perfect. And for the rest of you, if you're in Florida and you want to come to a CE training on Wednesday, I'm doing a 3-hour training. All the details can be found at Luxury 101, luxury101ce.com, luxury101ce.com. And if you're interested in getting the designation, by the way, Salvador, you got the designation
Yes.
about 6-7 months ago. Do you recommend it? I didn't tell you I was going to ask you this.
Sure.
Do you
You
recommend
have
it?
to take it. You have to take it for sure. I had learned a lot of with you and in the designation, and I really recommend it for sure. So you have to.
What was one big key or two key takeaways that you learned from the training that we did in April, just 6 months ago?
Well, I specialize in investment properties. So I took the designation because a lot of my investors or people that they know are looking to move in to Miami. So the properties that they are looking for, there are properties for in the luxury, like luxury properties. So I decided to take the designation for that. The highlight was one of them is to create value, and the other one was the type of personality of your seller and your personality, and how you take this personality to, and how it help you to sell the property.
So your background, no matter what your background is and your personality,
Exactly.
leveraging that, embracing that, and how can you take that and leverage it to be a good thing to attract buyers and sellers in those upper.
Correct. And the third highlight was the testimonial from others agent that you show up in that panel. I was amazed with all their testimonials and how they use the designation and the information that they learn from you in the designation to improve their business. And it was a great highlight for me.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, we had a rock star panel that have gone through our course. We had an agent from New York that does multi-million. You know, we have a Miami agent. She's a $100 million producer. And we had Keller Williams and Compass and Sotheby's represented. It wasn't Walden Brokerage. And it doesn't matter which brokerage you're with. I think you're with United, right? You're with
United Realty Group. Correct.
Yeah. So again, I appreciate your time. Thank you so much, Salvador. Keep raising the bar. Keep us posted. Let me know, would you, after you make these changes and you have the video, we'll bring you back on.
Sure.
We'll bring you back on. Would that be okay?
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for your time. Hello to all the audience. All the best. Thank you.
Take care.
See you.
All right. So guys, that was Salvador. We did what's called a fresh eyes analysis there. So if you too have a stale listing, you're not getting the showings, you're not getting the feedback, you should do a SWOT analysis on it. But it's like my book. When I wrote my book, Luxury Specialist, I had several people proofread it because I might not see a grammatical error, or it might be saying there and spelling it like THERE when I'm talking about people, you know, that type of thing. So you need to have a fresh eyes analysis, a SWOT analysis from other top agents on your properties. That's one of the things that we do. And I hope this is beneficial to you. If you guys have any questions whatsoever, reach out to me. Again, my email, the best way to shoot me an email is the best way to get in touch with me. My staff looks it over. Sometimes they reply on my behalf. But Michael@marketingluxurygroup.com, Michael@marketingluxurygroup.com. I appreciate all of your time. You guys, you are watching and listening to luxuryfridays.com. And there's a ton of free resources we provide if you go to joinluxgroup.com, joinluxgroup.com. Appreciate all your guys' time. Again, our podcast is Luxury Listing Podcast. We are releasing new episodes for a month. Let us know what questions you have there. And for whatever you do it your all and build others up. You know, it's amazing how much we have in common if we just turn the news off and we have conversations with our neighbors. Love is love. Coexist is coexist, even if somebody votes differently than you. My name is Michael LaFido. Keep raising the bar, and I appreciate everybody's time. Make it a great day, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks, guys. Prove others wrong.